Hey, Timmy here for a relationship tip. I had someone ask me the other day, they said, you ought to do a video on how to break up. And I said, well, if you've been together for like 3 or 4 years, and you're going to call it quits, just send them a text. Clearly, that's not it, right? Write them a note in crayon and send it to them. Ghost them. That's it. Just ghost them. Just stop returning. Change your number. Move. It's so funny. I'm laughing to myself as I think about all the things that we've all probably done when we were single. And it is funny, we just get scared or I don't, there's some kind of like we don't, especially if you're a people pleasing type person, it's like you don't want to disappoint anybody even though you don't want to date them anymore. And so yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyway, so how do you break up with somebody? Well, if you want to know how to break up with someone like an adult, then I'll explain that. The other ways I just mentioned were how to break up with someone if you're in elementary school. Seriously, though, I don't know why I'm in such a giggly mood. When I think about how to break up with someone, clearly, and just FYI, I'm not talking about divorce here. Okay, that's when I say break up. I'm not talking if you're married, you can get yourself to a counselor together with your partner and try to work that stuff out. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about dating. You're dating someone. Clearly, there's different levels of dating, right? I mean, if you went on one date with someone, I will tell you my opinion. Please make comments down below of what you think. I think if you've gone on one date with someone, you don't really owe anybody anything. There's no explanation needed because you're not breaking up. You never were going out. You just went on a date. So I always giggle because I run a Facebook page with, oh goodness, like 8,000 singles. And it's so funny sometimes what people think and how they think. And what I mean by that is I remember there was this one exchange that basically this guy was messaging women on Facebook or however he was messaging them, not through their cell phone, right? Just Facebook Messenger or whatever. And he was pissed and thought it was disrespectful that these women didn't reply back. So I chimed in and I said, listen, no one owes you a reply to an unsolicited message. Number one, they may not have ever got the message because if you're not friends with them on Facebook, it goes to some like a spamish type folder. I've had that happen so many times where people have messaged me for my services and I never get the message because it goes to a spam folder that I never check. Anyway, so I said, no, nobody owes you a reply. That's not disrespectful. If you don't know someone and you reach out to them, they don't owe you anything. They don't owe you anything. So I want to get that out there. If you message someone, just count your luck. If they message you back, that's just sheer luck. Okay? All right. Side note, how to break up. If you've gone on one date, I don't think there's any need for a conversation personally. I don't think anything's needed. You went on one date and now they're trying to reach out to go on another date. You don't need to reply or respond. Now, if you choose to, you could just simply say, hey, thank you so much for the date. It was, nice to meet you. I'm not feeling it. I don't, whatever. Okay? Now, let me just say something to those of you who have received that kind of a message. And I've seen these messages because, again, as a date coach, I get screenshotted messages sent to me all the time so that I can see how whack some people are. If you go on a date with someone, even if you've gone on a few dates with someone, okay, clearly you're not an item. There's no need to break up. You're not even going out. You've just been on a few dates, okay? Which means essentially nothing except that you've been on a few dates. So if they send you a soft rejection letter, text, your reply back should be either nothing or, which honestly I think that'd be a little rude, because if they send you a rejection letter or a text, just say, hey, totally get it, understand, I've felt the same way with people I've gone out with, right? Come on. You've surely gone out with people. You went out with them, they were cool or whatever, they were fine, but you just weren't feeling it, right? You just weren't feeling it. And, if they reached back out to you, you either just ghosted them or you said, hey, I'm not feeling it. How do you want them to respond? Man, I have read some bat poop crazy. This is going on YouTube. I'm trying to be careful here. Just crazy, absolutely nutty responses from people that get a rejection text where they just like, well, you're not worth anything anyway. You're just a piece of crap. Okay, you just dodged yourself a nutball. That's what you have saved yourself from. So count your lucky blessings. And to anyone that would send that kind of a message, you're a moron. Come on. Don't be a douche. Don't be a moron. I can't say the words I want to say. Don't be that kind of a douchebag or that kind of a crazy person, okay? Just don't do that. If someone sends back, hey, I'm just not feeling it, whatever, either don't reply or just say, hey, thank you so much for getting back to me. I appreciate it. Good luck out there. Okay? I could do a whole video about the text that I have seen from people that just get butthurt. Like, come on, grow the freak up. Okay? You shouldn't even be dating. You're not mature enough to be dating. You need to just continue to suck your thumb and do something else, because dating's not for you. You're not mature enough to be dating if that's the kind of text or emails or whatever you're going to send to someone who doesn't want to be continuing the relationship. Okay. Okay. That you've gone on a few dates, that part. Okay. Maybe you're kind of dating someone, like you're seeing them. You've gone out on many dates. You've kissed, you've held hands, maybe you've even at this point have been intimate. But you're not an item yet. Okay? Sorry, got a frog in my throat. But you're not an item. In other words, you're going on several dates. You're clearly digging each other. But there's not been this, will you be my girlfriend or my boyfriend? Like, I want to be exclusive with you. That conversation hasn't happened, right? So you're just dating each other, okay? You're not a couple yet. You're not dating, but you're just kind of dating each other. Yeah, come on, for sure. That kind of a breakup, if you're all of a sudden 8, 9, 10 dates in and you're just not feeling anymore and you've been intimate, come on, don't ghost. Pull your big boy pants on, pull your big girl panties on, and make that phone call and just say, hey, I really appreciated you. It's been nice getting to know you over the last couple months, but the more I reflect on our relationship, I'm just not feeling it, and I wish you the best of luck. Okay? And again, receive that, say, hey, thank you so much, I appreciate it. Even if you were really into them and hoping and wishing it would have been something, I know you're hurt, I get it, I understand being hurt. But don't respond out of your hurt, your sadness, with an anger and a-holishness. Like, don't be an a-hole about it. even though you're hurt, I get it, and you could even, I know sometimes people get a little bit nutty and they go, well, can we have a coffee? I want to talk to you and find out more. I need closure. And closure, come on, really is like, it's just that you're hurt. I get it. We've all been hurt and it sucks. My heart hurts. Okay, I get it. Listen, I've been hurt. You've been hurt. Everybody's been hurt. Everybody has liked someone that didn't like them. It's just part of the deal, okay? Right? You've gone out with people that liked you and you didn't like them. It happens, okay? It just happens. I know it's kind of unfortunate because some people, it's like anybody that likes them, they like them back. And so anyway, it can get kind of squirrely. Okay, so I've covered that. You've gone on a couple dates. You've been kind of dating each other. Okay, now let's get to the point where, and even that one, like I said, I think that deserves at least a phone call or a real direct text. Okay, but now on this third thing I want to talk about, third kind of relationship, yeah, absolutely no. You can't send a text and break up with someone if they, gave you a crayon written note that said, will you be my girlfriend? Or will you be my boyfriend? And they said yes and sent it back to you, okay? You're an item. You're boyfriend, girlfriend, right? You didn't have to be living together. It's just like you're boyfriend, girlfriend. You're exclusively, I'm assuming that we're talking about monogamy here. That's the only thing that I really teach is committed monogamous type relationships. I know there's other relationships out here. I do not specialize in those. I specialize in monogamous committed relationships. Okay, so you're an item. You're an item. You're boyfriend, girlfriend. Like you've met the families, you've told your friends and all that kind of stuff. Well, 100% for sure, at least a phone call to break that off. But honestly, if you're an item, I would say it's a sit down over a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and you just talk. And I know this takes a very mature person. If someone ever does this to you, you really should cry a lot because you've just let a very mature communicative person slip through your fingers, and it's unfortunate. All right, so if you're breaking up with someone that you're an item with, yeah, it definitely can't do a text. Phone call would only be if there's something volatile there. I can understand a phone call. In fact, I would even encourage a phone call if it's something kind of volatile. But if it's like, hey, he's a good guy or she's a good girl and you've been having a good relationship, but it's just, you just know that this isn't the one, definitely a phone call. Definitely, at bare minimum, a phone call. Again, if it's not volatile, ideally, I think an in-person coffee conversation would be great during the day at a neutral location, not at your place, not at his place or whatever, okay? All right, now, it's super serious, like super serious. You're living together. Well, clearly, that needs to be an in-person, sitting down at the coffee table, kitchen table that you share together, and hey, say your piece, say, listen, I love you, but I can't see this working out long term, and so I don't think we should continue going down this path. Again, I'm assuming everything's safe, right? If anything would be volatile, then you handle that completely different, obviously. Like if it's volatile, you can show back up with a couple of friends to ask them to move out. I mean, that's a whole nother video that I am not going to do right now. Again, everything I'm talking about is just, I'm making the assumption that you have two people that are mature and not nuts, okay? I don't know how else to say it. They're not crazy. They're not going to be violent or anything weird. Okay. The next one would be, and this is, so the next, the very top in a relationship, I feel like the ultimate commitment to me, this is just me, this is just my personal view, but like the ultimate commitment is marriage. So let's say you're engaged, or again, you're living together with the plan of getting married. Again, though, when you're at that level, I would even say this, if you're engaged to be married, I would say if you're not feeling it, well, you know, let me just say, it's much better to break up than to get divorced. So have the courage to make that decision before you walk the aisle. But I would say if you're engaged and been together for a good little stint, maybe even counseling. Okay, I'm not a big fan when people are dating and they're like, we're going to go to therapy to work it out. Just me personally, I'm always like, that seems a little like, if you need counseling whenever you're just dating, like something's seriously wrong here. Again, that's just my judgmental attitude. Okay, that's just my opinion. Again, I know my opinion can sometimes be wrong, and I'm aware of that. So, you know, that's just my perspective. That if you're dating someone and in the dating phase you need a counselor, it's most likely not going to be the best. I don't know if this is a relationship that's going to work. Now, going to counseling while you're dating, that's fine. But what I mean is, if you, the couple, just are so volatile that you're simply dating and going to therapy to try to work on that, I don't know. That's a huge red flag to me. But if you're engaged, I think that a therapy, a counselor, a relationship coach might be a good idea, because it might just be some things you need to work out. But here's the thing you have to remember. Unless you just know. I think most of the time we know down deep. Just like I think we know when this is the person for me, I think we also know this isn't the person for me. Or there's some deep red flags. There's addiction issues, there's behavioral issues, there's character flaws, there's slips of integrity that are quite large. Those things, I mean, that's, again, I can't speak to your relationship specifically. I can just tell you as a therapist-ish, I mean, not licensed therapist, as a relationship coach. You know, I spent 30 years as an evangelical pastor. So as a pastor, I did a lot of spiritual guidance and counseling as a pastor. And so, you know, I've been doing that for 30 years and also working with relationships as much as I have. You know, I wouldn't say I'm like an expert, but I kind of am when it comes to understanding what works and what doesn't work. And by that, I say that, at least I hope I sound humble. I mean to sound humble. I don't say that like, hey, I'm perfect. I'm the example of perfect. No, absolutely not. But I just know from my work with clients and with people how things usually go. So when I've been working with any kind of couple that's dating and it's super volatile, or even when they've been engaged and it's super volatile, pretty close. I've been about 99% accurate that when it's super volatile when they're dating, or super volatile when they are engaged, getting married is not going to fix that volatility. Like it's only going to amplify it and make it worse. I can't tell you how many weddings I've seen couples that were volatile dating, and how many marriages then failed within 6 months to a year to at least less than 5 years. Couldn't even make it 5 years. Well, clearly, if it's volatile in the dating phase, when it should be all, you know, I was going to say pumpkins and flowers and I can't, what's that word? When you say it's all roses and flowers and gluten-free cupcakes, and anyway, you know, when it's all beautiful, when you're kind of in that new stage, yeah, if it's super crazy volatile in the beginning, that's not okay. I'm off topic. Enough of that. The breaking up thing. Yes, I just went through all the different phases that you might be in, how you should break up. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Hey, feel free to challenge me or give me your perspective. You know, I say this a lot. I'm a dude, right? So sometimes I think just like a dude, and I can miss a perspective. So please share it down below. I appreciate it. Peace.